Falcon has landed.
Alright everybody, we are back for another episode of Alright everybody, we're back for another Let's Build of Sabine Wren and Friends. We are back for another Let's Build of I'm just being silly. Maleficent's Fortress. I actually think the gatehouse could be bigger than what I'm making it. Let me set the theme to Dunbrook. But it lines up with the drawbridge, so no complaints here. Then again, you know why I'm thinking it should be bigger? It's because the fairy, they're not, I don't know what you'd call them. The three ladies that shrunk down, they're not, we call them fairies because we think that every time an old lady shrinks down, that's a fairy. It's whatever. I don't think that's the case. I don't know. They might be. Merryweather and the other ones. Whatever. When they went in there tiny, they're short old ladies anyway. So they're in there and waiting for the guards or something? I forget. But anyway, it looked super huge. But that's because they were super tiny. So, never mind. We're probably good. It's what I'm getting at. Now. Alright, so I'm cutting in here with this insert because of building difficulties or technical difficulties. So you're going to see the floor here. Alright, what are you doing? You said the floor was empty. The floor will be gone in 20 minutes again. So I had gone through an hour and 40 minutes of trial and error stuff, coming to a conclusion only to realize I don't want to do it this way. When I could just do this part in 20-30 minutes. So that's why this is. So what we're doing, you're seeing, all right, this is not what we had. All right, so pretend you're back 2 minutes ago and basically wipe all that out, and I'm going to show you what to do. So pretend you didn't see round towers or anything. All right, this is the best I could do because the footage. Wait a minute, is that the right footage? I'm trying to see. Nope. Yeah, so the footage with the Dunbrook archways, I had no longer had access to it, so I figured, well, I think the platform was the same. So just delete the tower that if you were following along, delete that entire tower, and yeah. So your tower would be different, or your gatehouse, I should say, would be different, but just delete it, and I'm going to rebuild it. Once all these things are gone, I want to show you a couple different tips and tricks. Because y'all thought you had the best way for the path creator. I found an easier way when you're doing multiple ones. Here I'm just turning this because I like the bricks to go a certain direction. And so right now I'm just moving stuff around. I'm going to fix the bridge, the drawbridge too. And just know I might come back to this and fix the drawbridge again. I just found out earlier that Professor Toybox had a video a while back when he did his oh boy, I'm trying to remember, the Fantasia build, and using the path creator. So I'm not sure I'll be able to do it using the amount of the length or height, however you want to say, of the drawbridge, but I'm gonna try it. Fingers crossed. They should have just made it simple anyway. I mean, it's a pivot. It's all they needed to do. But anyway, I'm not one of the game devs, am I? But they, stuff like that worked for in-game, so you can't tell me they couldn't do it. So I'm going up 3, and you notice there are only the large ones. I'm not using any small ones. That's because using the replayers, the large ones appear quicker. So that's good. So I'm just getting that part out of the way because there is an overhang from the gatehouse to where where it meets when the drawbridge is fully extended. And you go back one, and then you bring that in. Come on, come on, come on. I'm recording this in post because I build quicker when I'm not talking, so I'm just talking over it now. And so because I accidentally deleted that, I'm going to redo them, and we're going to hook the chains on a separate replayer, and all in all, it didn't matter. I thought it would make everything more uniform as far as speed goes. I probably should mute this, shouldn't I? So it's not coming through in the mic. You'll hear it again, but I don't want the echo through the mic. Well, at least I can use that maybe to sync up, right? So yeah, so all in all, having the chains for the drawbridge on a separate replayer, I don't think it amounts to much, but I thought it would. Okay, so I'm just gonna put these back down, and I gotta retheme them back to the thorn. What is it? Briar Ridge. And you get the left one coming into the left and the right one coming to the right. And see how I'm going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, or right, left, whatever. That might make a difference to you. It might make if you're doing this on console version, it might make a difference. The PC version, there are certain things that are different, like the sound. I don't have that sound when I place items down, as you do in the PS4. You know, that bling, or however you say it. I don't know if you can say it with words, but there's a different sound when you put an item in the toy box on the Gold Edition versus the PS4. And I do miss that sound. I totally forgot about it until I was, watching Professor Toybox's video earlier. But keep that in mind. I might revisit the drawbridge in a later date. And yeah, even if I can't do it with a long drawbridge, his tutorial is about just 3x3. So maybe I can improvise on that. Maybe, but definitely wouldn't be able to. If I can't do a long one on here, I'm going to leave these as replayers. Let's put it that way. But definitely, I will be able to use his tutorial for something, definitely, in the future. Because not all drawbridges are crazy like Maleficent's. And if you see the picture, if I remember, because I have to edit this a couple times now. But anyway, the picture is, if I remember to put it here, or I put it somewhere, it's going to be in this video. The drawbridge is kind of rickety, so I'm like, all right, well, I'll use the canyon pieces, right? No, it looks like railroad tracks using the canyon pieces, so no go for that. So I'm just going to leave well enough alone and use these. So now we're going to get back into the vault. So the vaulted platform. So make sure that goes up to theme it to Dunbrook. Make sure it's right in the middle of that center platform, or the terrain piece that we use for the, the square terrain piece. Terrain. I say talk fast and it sounds like I say train. Choo choo. Hi, I'm Thomas the Tank. Did Thomas talk? I don't think Thomas talked. So when you're putting these down, make sure they're just offset, so they're not fully on, but they're halfway on, let's put it that way. And then what this does is allows you to line things up, these ledge blocks up like that. And we're going to use the trigger area to get these in. And that's what I was working on prior to cutting in here. And then I went off into some outer space. I went off into La La Land for an hour and a half, and I'm like, I am not going to subject you guys to watching this. So I tear it down 3 times, and no. So you just take those, and you're only going to be able to get through for the top 2, and then we'll have to use path creators. Now, the trick is when you use the path creators, set it to off. All right, you know me, I don't normally do that because I like to hook up 1,000 things at a time, and I don't like to use 1,000 different path creators. That's just me because I've had issues with it. I think I found out what the issues were, and if you watch the do not watch videos with the carbon freeze chamber, you've probably seen what I was doing all those years, which probably caused messed up glitches. All right, so here you get your 3x3 flat piece. It's not a 3x3, it's a 1x3x3 or 3x1x3, however you want to. Length, width, height, depth, depending on whatever. It's one depth. All right, so I'm not using the pointy pieces here. There's not pointy pieces in the movie. When I say pointy pieces, spires, the pyramid blocks and the simple toys. So I'm just doing this, which looks better. Now, on the model that you may have seen, it had a tiny tower, and this goes to show. If I show this, I should hopefully I cut in and edit this again. If not, then well, here we got something else I want to talk about too. Well, anyway, there's a difference in art style or building structure, let's put it that way, depending on what scene in the 59 movie you're watching, or depending on what scene is playing. So here I'm basing this on a particular scene. All right, so let's address this before I go back. So the reason these towers roofs don't overhang is because those are the quad pieces and this is the single piece, and so it does overhang like a bell in the movie reference and in the model reference. The only thing is the model reference is tiny. In this one scene in the movie, it's big and fat, and another scene in the movie, it's weird elongated. So it was not uniform in the movie. So here I'm doing what I normally don't do, is just putting in multiple path creators. All right, so 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 1 for 1. And I'm going to not even, see, you got to be careful with this because if you go too fast, you delete it. And I didn't delete it on purpose. I just exited it and deleted it. So it's just pay attention, otherwise it won't be there. So you pay attention where the diamond is, because the green is where the automatic where the base of the simple toy is going to start from. So I'm connecting 1 to 1 and 1 to the other, okay? And I'm gonna, you'll see it, I'm gonna reset or save it and then reload it. And to me, I think this is gonna be quicker. Sometimes you'll get fortunate and every single one will work, but as you'll see, they don't always work. But I've always had 3 of the 4 at least. One time I had 4 of the 4. I think 3 out of 4 times I tried this, one of the times I got it to work for all 4 of them. So it all depends on when you save it. I believe the position of where the blocks are when you save it. That's what the story is. I think that's what it is. So here I am reloading it. So the only thing I can think of is when you save it. So the only thing I can think of is when you save it, the position of where the blocks are is where they see right there. I deleted the first one, and those are just right there. So I believe it has to do with the position of where they are happen to be when you save the game. So you see 3 out of the 4 work. So I'm just gonna have to fix that one regular way. But to me, that saves me from going through and making all those connections. So if I was doing 500 of these, would I do it this way? Maybe. But I'd have to remember where all 500 of them were so I could double check. When I reloaded it. Well, I think I'd have that mapped out anyway because I'd have to go on. I'd want to delete those. You don't have to delete the path creators. I just don't like the idea of so many. I just don't feel confident. So I thought, because it works sometimes, so I thought in that last one, if I just hook those back up, save it, and I use the autosave and then reload it, that we would have success. And as you can see right here, yes for the bottom one, no for the top one. So I think that kind of confirms my idea. So I shouldn't have deleted that. I should have just grabbed it, but whatever. So this one, I'm going to use it the conventional way. I mean, we got 1 piece out of 2. I mean, but you see where the concept, or the idea of saving time comes in with this. I could have probably saved, oh no, we're on what, episode 29, 28 or something like that. Probably could have saved an hour out of everything, maybe an hour. How much could I have saved if I've done that for every build ever? Could have saved more years than I'm alive, and that's not true. I'm just kidding. Alright, steam that to Dunbrook. Now, in all, this part is going to look really good. So, I'm not there yet, but the next part we're going to deal with the side tower. I think. I don't think I did anything in between here. So certain images, and certain probably in the movie, and in the model, the side tower is thin or skinny as the top tower. However, in that one scene, as you see there, they're both thick. And I said, I can handle the thick ones because I can put roofs and decent crenellations on. Now here, are we going to move? I think we're going to move it. Yeah, we're going to move it because... Yeah, we're going to move it back because I remember we're going to move it back. So I had to look at a picture and I said, that is close. So I said, that's almost right up close in the picture to the gatehouse. So right now I'm just measuring here. I don't want to... I don't think it would matter. I don't know if it would matter or not, but I didn't want anything being off center. So I wanted the bounding boxes to match. So right there, I think, is my choice. Yep. And then put the crenellation top on there. And I'm going to need replayers because I'm going to embed that into the rock, or wrap the rock around it, however you want to say it. Half full, half empty. So the same concept applied to one of the side towers that I did in the previous episode. Now, so I'm just going around, and it's these ones right here, and I gotta go down a few. Now watch this. So I retheme this, but I don't pick it back up on the replayer. So you gotta make sure you do that. I mean, it doesn't matter. Oh, I did. Well, it didn't pick it up. You'll see later on. It still has grass on it. But I wouldn't make a big deal of it, because you can always change it later when you're done. But that's good enough. That's about as far as we're going to go down. Okay, man, you're going to get out of spark mode. Okay. And you hit clear. So you hit clear. All right, and then you need to record the tower pieces. But can't go down because I got to move that square block out of the way. So back out of that. Stop it or clear it, whatever you want to do. Just make sure it's not on record, and then take that base and move that out of the way. That was stupid to move it that way. Don't move it that way. Just back. Yeah, so the ghost is there too, so we're going to have to deal with the ghost of that pillar block too. But we'll do that later on. So this is far enough. I mean, that'll work. I just move the replayers so I can access them without falling down to my doom. There are some replayers down there for the drawbridge that you're going to see are in the way later on, and we'll have to move those. But point, yeah, see, I can see it. It's green. Oh no, it's green. I was a waste of a couple seconds, because again, I could have just done that later on. But whatever. You know, I have to be perfect at all times. Alright, so now play back what tower we have, and then extend it down. Now that's gonna be enough. But see right here, now it's hitting those replayers. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna go out. But we had to do that anyway, because I need to put something for those to, something for that tower to rest on. So I think I was intending of making that go down further. Then I'm like, no, it doesn't go down that far. So right where that last one is recorded, that's good enough. But we're gonna need a third replayer here soon. Play. Wrong one. Clear. Play. There we go. And I hear I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's down far enough. Clear. Clear. Don't clear, whatever. Don't listen to me, past self. Alright, so we want the small floating cliff. It's really a quarter section. So get it lined up where we're going to put it. Drop it down one. Then you can delete that as long as you're not recording something. So do that, make a Pac-Man. Alright. Oh, I didn't put the recorder down yet. Replayer, recorder, whatever. So I'm going to do that now. Then I'm going to record the Pac-Man down there. Pac-Man fever driving me crazy. Da, 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 da. That was a song back in the 80s. Alright. Clear. Or play, whatever, I can't remember the order. Play the pillar, or play the tower. Play the cliff. Play the ledge. And I think everything works in. Now it's just the fact that we need to bring the base in. And then we encounter the ghost of the pillar past. It also has to go through the some of the cliff blocks too. So I'm just gonna detach that. Detach cable. Cable detached. So we're gonna see. Oh no! See where it's the tower. I think the tower and part of the cliff. So you just get it'll go through these. So with a trigger area. So we're good there. So now I can just bring that in and delete that trigger area, and then pop that pillar piece right back into place. Job done. Clear. All right. And the next thing to do, after testing stuff out, is extend the cliff down. And the idea was I was going to delete those. And I'm like, no, I'll wait until I see, you know, double, triple, quadruple check to make sure that everything loaded in. And it did. I just I didn't want to get into a position where I was like, oh no, I got to redo that again. Now, hindsight, I should have dropped that down one more. Later on, I'm going to have to. Alright, so the reason I decided to use these cliffs, and I might change it, but this where the ramp starts. Now, as you're going to see in a later episode, those small cliffs, it's not going to matter. You're still going to have a hole in there, so you'll see there's a gap there when you butt up another flat piece to it. So we're going to have to compensate for that, but that's at a different date. That is not in this episode. I actually have two different ways I want to try that. That cliff going up is depending on the media that you look at. It's a mountain, and how to get that mountain in Disney Infinity is tricky. And right now, the only thing that it's too small, but the Nightmare Before Christmas decoration, the hill, I can't remember what it's called, but it has that spiral going up. Well, that's close to what it is, but it's not quite, even though you can't get away with using the Nightmare Before Christmas thing. That thing's tiny in comparison to this. But to recreate it, I tried it and I can't. I'm not saying you can't, really. I'm not saying nobody can, but I could not do it. And it's fine because it's not a spiral, it's a zigzag. Alright, so here's another path creator that definitely am not using, so I'm just getting out the fodder there. Then close that up, and then Sabine's non-jetpack. That's what that is. I was just trying to make her jump high, saying, oh, she has a jetpack. Now down here, I noticed there's a spot, a gap, so I'm going to fill that in with Simple Toys, the flat pieces. I didn't notice that before, or maybe I did back in episode 1 or 2, and I was like, oh, I'll fix that later. And it's a tiny piece. It's half of a block. So what do? Well, you can't. I mean, if you don't want Z fighting, and I'm not sure, I think it would show, so that's why I didn't address it earlier. And see, right here, I'm putting them in the wrong spot. They don't go there, they go up. So I probably will undo, like right there, and go up and over. Okay, and then right here, I guess I got confused trying to line them up. And it's supposed to be offset, so make it offset. And then we get stuck in the wall. And then where are we? But yeah, if that's it for this, and soon, I think that's it for this segment. I think I'm just fooling around right now. Yeah, I'm just horse playing. Seeing if she can jump all the way over there. Yeah. I'm probably going to cut this part out. I said last time we would put the floor in, so let's put the floor in. Is this being... Yeah, that is being used. Alright. I don't want to grab a hold of anything that's... Well, this... No, we're... Put you there. Put you like that. Put you like that. Put you like that. Put you like that. Okay, now. Big floor, little floor. Big floor, little floor. Probably get the thinnest one we can find. All right. So these 4 pieces can be substituted for a bigger piece. This one? Yes. Alright, now let's put in smaller pieces. And then the thin pieces. Oh. That was odd. Oh, that must go through the block, because this right here, which we no longer need. Goodbye. So now if I do it, it won't go through. Correct. I am so right. It allowed it to go through the it went through the thing. It went through the path creator. It allowed to go through the castle block wall, because that's the way it goes sometimes, I guess. We really don't need to fill in any of this. We do need to fill this in. So that means those trees are going to need to be rethemed again, because you can't put anything under those particular trees. Now we should be all good to go. Everything else is just but you see how you could potentially, if you wanted to take the time and build a tunnel cavern under here, if you wanted to make Prince Philip's dungeon. I personally would just make another toy box and have it linked, because it's just a dungeon. And you could also just be wasting potential memory in a toy box by doing stuff that you don't really need to do unless you want to. Alright, so I think I got an idea, though, for this little garden path in here. Since we kind of, I think, isolated the blocks. I don't think they're gonna be showing anywhere else. So if I just change everything to the Brave theme, I don't need those pieces. Change that back to something. Take your pick. I'm going to use Briar again. Oops. It's a variety. That looks better. Okay. That, I hope, is it for this episode. Now what do we do? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Move you back inside. And I don't need the Sludge-O-Matic anymore. Boom. Which means I probably don't need some of those pieces that I should have. That's why I kept that around, so I could track down those, whatever. They're somewhere in there. But thus far, they're not serving any issues. And, oh no, I'm stuck in a place I shouldn't be. I'm stuck. I guess that's Prince Philip's dungeon. In between the walls. Back to Dunbrook. I think I should take this all the way in. If I take that all the way in, I don't need this cylinder right there. Just merge that. Ah, you popped out. You should never pop out when I'm around. Mom told me stop popping out. I have no idea why I just said what I said. Should not pop out. Put that cookie down. My cookie. Who said you could eat my cookie? Shoutouts to Arnold. I don't know why I use those. I normally use the other ones. I guess I wanted to see what it looked like, and I don't like what it looks like using the long ones. Give me a regular balcony piece any day of the year. Oh, to do. What are you attached to? Oh, you're popping out, or you're, I gotta pop it out in order to get these in there. Yeah. Now we'll pop it back into place. Come on. Careful, because the ghost wants it to come out. He wants to come out and play. La 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 la. Two different songs. That needs to go in there. So that means I need to take you out of place. Okay. Path creator. Why? Because we need to divide these up so it doesn't look like a straight wall of nothing. Okay, we are back in present time, and we're going to call it here. I think we are making headway. There is one more thing. I know we are almost at 50. Maybe I will take care of this. Maybe I'll take care of this in the next one. But this big piece over here, it extends over. How big is it? I don't know, but no, not desert. Let's change it to buried treasure. Somehow it, maybe, yeah, Yeah, I guess we can split that up into different pieces. So what that's going to require me to do is to take this, change it to something else, take the floor. Now this is where it gets tricky. Trickier. Alright, that's going to be grass. And hopefully there's no holes. Is this little piece over here going to make a difference? No, because it's not. It's not. I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, yes I am. Yes I am, Sam I am. Now let's go back through here. Make sure there's no shenanigans going on with green grass. I can just hear Maleficent now. You fools! I said no green grass! Shut up. Alright, so the only thing left to do, bells and whistles and the ramp. Alright, so remember, till next time, to keep on building. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to give me a like before you click out. And also, if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it now! And click the bell icon if you want to know what I'm up to before I even know what I'm up to, because it helps you see into the future. And I just made that up. Until next time, this is That Brown Bat reminding you to keep on building.